Could we get some
I'm
big
honored, though.
hype,
I'm
some
honored.
big hype, everybody, as we introduce the guests for today? First and foremost, let me introduce Lauren Choo, who is the English VA for both Abe, Grave, and Drilley. Hello. Hello, hello, welcome in.
Hello.
Hello, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for coming. And then we also have chat. Go ahead and get hyped. We have Kaitlyn Robrock here, who is the ENVA of Cinderella and Helm. So thank you both for coming on. Hello. I'm so nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Everybody's already hyping up the both of your characters. This is probably one of the more hype interviews that we're doing because it's relevant to the 2nd anniversary. But before we get into it, I just wanted to know from the both of you, since you guys previously voiced other NIKKEs in the game, how did you guys get involved with NIKKE to begin with and get the parts that you guys are currently in now?
Oh, just normal audition.
Yeah.
Normal audition.
Yeah, we let's see, gosh, 2 years ago, I saw the audition show up on one of our, our voice actor community pages, and submitted through that because it's vetted. It's everyone kind of knows who is who, and submitted for Helm at the time, and I had her, and then lovely story element with her, and then a year later we had our summertime story.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The summer event.
yeah,
that's right. Yeah. See you again.
You again, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this year, about half a year ago, I think, the director had called me direct and said, we got a character coming up they've been teased at and talked about for a long time, and I want you to be the one to bring her to the tiny little mobile screen. And I said, sure, what's
That's
her
so
name? And they
cool.
said Cinderella. And like, well, that's my favorite princess, so cool.
Yeah, I heard that. What is it? Our director was really excited that we got, like a Disney legend to voice another Disney legend. Yeah.
Well, luckily she's public domain, so
She's
Mickey
public
doesn't have to come knocking on my door.
We also have another VA that's currently in the audience too. Michelle Marie is also here. She pops in from time to time. We've interviewed her before, but she just wished you guys good luck as well, saying hello. So hello, Michelle. She voices Anise in the main story. Hello, hello. Also,
hello.
A little quiet. Hold on, is it possible to turn up your gain at all, Lauren?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just, let me see.
I have you maxed.
Is this better?
Yes, that's better. That's
Okay,
better.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I was
you.
afraid that, you'd hear, every single thing.
Oh, no, you're fine. I had you at 200 on both, and I was like, you're still lower. That's my bad. That's my bad. But yeah, so there's a lot of hype surrounding these two characters. Were you guys aware going into this that you guys would be playing kind of a dynamic duo in the series? Kind of playing these characters that have a lot of history together and a lot of banter together, or did you just go in getting your individual role without further context on the story?
Yeah, we usually have zero context. Literally up until now, I still don't really know, what's going on. We just, we take directions and we just do it.
Yeah, because they're strong NDAs. We want to make sure everything is on the down low other than what we need to give. And it's fun because it's an adventure for us as well. But I remember our director was explaining he was explaining to me the context and the story element is how it was going. Sometimes there's flashbacks, sometimes there's flash forwards maybe for a hot second, and it all comes about. But then he showed us oh yeah, you're in a coffin, and here's the NIKKE carrying you. Here's the character carrying you, and all I was like, that's abs. Look at those abs. Why she got a mask on? Take it off. Who's this pretty lady? And then we see the backstory and oh.
Yeah. It's usually just we perform scenario by scenario, so not even because most of the time these deadlines go really fast, and so he might not even have the entire context. He's just working based on literally each scene, and so yeah. It's crazy. That's when I saw this whole thing come out, I was like, oh wow, I did not know that I was playing such a character at all.
And a lot of people after the the kind of what was it? It was like in July, I think, when
Wow.
she woke up and we had our moment. And then a lot of people after like, well, why does Graves still carry the coffin? And I responded like, naps.
That's unironically canonical. I don't know if you...
Really?
She's actually
it's
napping.
canonical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's actually napping.
My girl.
Yeah. So I guess my question, going back to Cinderella, because I don't know if you guys know, but we were introduced to Cinderella in Red Ash, right, Pyrrhixz?
Mm-hmm. Red Ash
Like,
animation.
like a year ago. Yeah, like a year ago. Did you go back to research any of that once you knew the character you were about to play?
No. Like,
Not at all. Like, not even like
I
how
knew
she
was-
looked or
It's
anything?
like, oh yeah, here's a character that's coming. They've been teased about, and so I did try to learn, and I went online and I tried to look up like the Wikipedia pages for NIKKE, the NIKKE wiki, and like kind of learn, okay, who are these characters? Why is she fighting it, or who's this person? And there are so many, and then I got the basic of it, and then a lot of our work started going backwards in time with her original squad and her team, because at first I was like, oh, I don't recognize Little Mermaid and Hansel and Gretel, but like this was past characters, so we're going into flashbacks because the story jumps all over.
Oh yeah, it does.
And I'm sure because for us when we record, we're like, oh God, I don't know where I am or what this means. But it makes sense once the game comes out. Because the gentleman who created this game, he's in charge of everything. So he knows exactly what he's doing. So we're just trying to go in and connect to that story. And I always have to double check, like, well, are we before or after the Armageddon? Are we before or after this? Because where does her voice sit? Is she still bright-eyed and hopeful? Is she in a Chiro? Is she dead inside? Is she like, life is really bad, but you're hot, Prince Charming. Maybe life can be good. Can I have... So there's choices here. I just need to know which direction we're going.
I guess a question that I wanted to ask for the both of you too is you guys both play multiple roles in the game. So we can start with Lauren on this. You play Drilley, who's like this very, very straightforward, very bratty character. And then you go to playing Grave, who's just like, yes, I have a hairdryer for you, Cinderella, just carrying around in coffin. Yes, I'm here. And then you also play Abe, who's like this much more calm character, kind of like way more calculated. How do both of you go about differentiating yourself between these roles and sticking to them after you've created like a voice for these characters?
Well, so we work with whatever the character gets created by the creators, and then we get like a brief of like what this character is supposed to be like, and then we just provide life to that description. So I guess like for me, I go by like how I feel when I perform in terms of like distinguishing like the different voices that I do for them. For Drilley, it's very pretty straightforward, you know, just the supportive best friend kind of character. And then so I actually recorded for Grave first before I recorded for Drilley.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the sequence was, but
that's crazy.
But
that's
yeah, because it was actually Drilley before Grave. Yeah.
Yeah, the intro's reversed. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I actually got the role of Grave. I did Grave, and then the director was like, "So I have these roles, you know, that I need to cast. Do you want to do one of them?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." Like, and then he was like, "Here's Drilley. I think it will be absolutely freaking cool to have like they're not gonna know it's the same voice actor. Like,
I did not know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know either. Yeah, no,
It
I
took
didn't.
you telling me for me to know.
So that was really, really cool. And Abe, well, I mean, the biggest, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know how much people know. How much can I say? But, I mean, well, actually, first of all, I think canonically she's Ave, not Abe.
Yeah, we were talking about that in yeah. Every character says Ave, but like Abe pops up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure whether or not like the official spelling is gonna stay ABE. But during the recording process, because so we were saying, like, you know, when we were recording, we were looking at the script, we were like, there's not really in a world where Abe is like a female's name, because Abe is pretty much like Hebrew, and and it's a male's name, and so we started with Abe. And then I read the Korean spelling, because I read I speak Korean, and so I realized that in Korean, V and B, there's no like difference in V and B, and so I was like, maybe this was supposed to be Ave, because, you know, Ave. I won't say the next part, but
we know. We know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how much people know. I don't know how much people know.
I'll immediately cut your audio if it's something we don't know. I'll just like kill the audio.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but so basically, you know, I have always treated them as the same person. It's just, you know, like first, and, you know, the what is it called? It's just a transitioning of like a character development and stuff like that. And so but yeah, so we are, our team is primarily only in contact with like the translation team, and so we don't have like we don't know if it was communicated directly to the actual developer team, and so I don't know whether we just know that it was approved, and that's why we recorded it that way. But yeah, so that's why this all turned out like that.
Very different character dynamics, I guess, for Abe, Grave, and Drilley, definitely. But also going over to Kaitlyn's roles. You play Helm and Cinderella, and when the voice originally came out, we were trying to nail who Cindy's VA was, and we low-key were just like, this, you know, the way she speaks sounds like, we thought it was Crown first, and then we were like, it sounds like Helm, and we were going through like the Nikkipedia looking, because the mannerisms are a bit similar. So how did you go about creating both of those characters' voices? Same thing that we asked Lauren.
Usually if there's any reference I can go off of, I listen to a reference if I'm doing a dub. With Helm, I wasn't quite sure. I just tried to think like, well, I auditioned two ways. I actually auditioned with the volume and pitch that Cinderella is, but a little more firm, a little more captain. And then the higher voice for Helm to just kind of sit in that, like, it's sultry, but it's still like business. So, you know, I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. So that kind of attitude, just the pitch was different. And we went with the second one for Helm. And then for Cinderella, you know, in Japanese, she's got that really light, airy, soft voice. And then in Korean, it's a lovely medium pitch. And for Cinderella, I wanted like, we wanted that 1920, not 1920s, what am I saying? But like there's that kind of old Hollywood style, that a bit of elegance that you hear in the Disney Cinderella for sure, but since we're making her our own Cinderella, we want it in that, it'll evoke fairy tale, it'll give you that fairy tale feeling, and being naive or gentle in the beginning until things start happening, and when she becomes Anichiro, how will she change it where it still slides in, but it's different. So I tried to make it at least like between Japanese and Korean, that way you have that fun gamut.
I guess another question I wanted to ask you for your role, was it intentional that you split the different voices between Anichiro and Cinderella? Because in the earlier chapters, there's like a much deeper tone to her delivery, whereas like in Old Tales, it's kind of just consistently the Cinderella voice in her earlier stages when she's like evil or corrupted. That could just be that could just been like in the script, but I'm curious if that's something that you guys came up with, because I know your vocal director tends to do things a bit off script sometimes if it works for the scenario. So
we usually record several ideas. That way we can we can see which one is going to fit the best. So when I do my lines, I'll read them a couple different ways, and we could see which tone, which attitude best fits the scenario we're in. I believe with Anichiro, that very first drop of her, I think that's when she was still asleep. I could be wrong, so please
No, you're
don't.
right. You're right. Yes.
No,
When she
yeah,
wakes
you
up.
are.
Yep,
Yeah.
you were right.
It's kind of in her head, or it's in the other world where she's fighting that battle. So we chose that deeper Anichiro sound because she's not even awake to make a choice. And then when she wakes up, when she has those moments of fighting, which direction am I going to go? Now she's out in our world. Now she's speaking. So I lightened her back up, but it still had that air of which direction will you go? You're Anichiro in those first moments because that's Anichiro's sound, and we know what Cinderella sounds like. So if she's that mix of two, because she has to pick a direction to go, I wanted to find that middle place.
It's actually interesting that you explained it that way, like with her being unaware of her surroundings when she wakes up. That's like a depth to the character I didn't even think, like, as actors you guys go into. Extremely, extremely deep character, yeah.
She's a complete blank slate, and that's why, like, we have to bring her back to our side for who she was, not who Red Hood wants her to be. We don't want her to become a heretic. So it's that war, because it truly is. There's nothing inside.
Red shoes. Red shoes.
Yeah. The lights are running, but no one's home.
There's two
so
reds. Yeah.
Home before breaks. So it's just kind of, it's the battle of which way is she gonna go.
I think one thing too, because I'll be so real, I went into Old Tales already excited because, for context for chat, we reached out to both of you guys pre Old Tales debut, because we reached out originally to Lauren for Drilley and then you for Helm. I think NIKKE messaged you a while ago for a Helm interview, and when we played through Old Tales, I don't know if Yessie shares the same thought of this, but like absolutely killed it with the VA direction, with the delivery.
Yeah.
Like the scenes with Anichiro being in despair, or Cinderella being in despair, are very, very good. And even like the touching scenes with Abe, like breaking down her normally stoic character, like her normally very serious character. Just overall great performances. I wanted to know from, in your time playing these two characters specifically, for the both of you, what was your most difficult line to deliver? And what is like one of your favorite scenes that you've had to do in the game?
Probably the most difficult was a lot of any screaming lines or any like really driven emotion. And I admit that's because I'm like, don't scare your neighbors. Don't blow up. And I record from home. We want to keep that consistent level of sound, that consistency. But I love going in studio because you just have so much more freedom there. So if I could turn back time, I think I would have tried to do everything in studio. But once you start one direction, you gotta go that way. My favorite, though, I love when she's vain, but it doesn't come off vain like a negative thing. I always kind of saw it like how Miss Piggy is vain, but it wasn't like where everyone doesn't like it. It's like, well, of course I'm beautiful. This is a fact. We don't have to talk about facts. We just know them. So it's not even like, that's not even worth questioning. She's the most beautiful. Of course we need 300 mirrors. That way there's one in every direction. I just love playing those elements too. Or like, well, you can have 100 mirrors. All right, I suppose that'll be fine. I'll concede. Like, I love playing those moments.
I just want to shout out one of the comments that said, this is a really long time ago, but this is really funny, that someone said, Abe is just Grave. No, Grave is just Abe with more grrr.
Yeah.
Thought that was really funny. But, what was the question?
Your most difficult line that you've had to deliver in Grave or Abe's character, and then like a sequence that you enjoyed recording as those characters as well.
Well, so for Grave, basically, because she's so monotonous and she's supposed to be kind of like not emotional at all. And so anything emotional was kind of hard to do because just for the consistency of the voice. You don't want to like suddenly have this like huge disparity between like her regular voice and the emotional scenes. And so it was challenging, but it was really fun because it's like I got to explore like like what would an emotional side for this kind of character be like. But yeah, and then what was the other question that you said?
It's okay.
Most difficult line.
Most difficult line. Yeah.
The most difficult line that was difficult for you, yeah.
Most difficult line. Well, so honestly, I don't really remember most of what I record just because like when I perform, I kind of just like blank out. But I would say like anything to do with like the terms of like nouns, like, you know, the VCT or something. If I have to pronounce any of those names, whatever, it's gonna be a little bit hard for me, because especially, I mean, only because I'm from Singapore, and so this is actually my second, not my second language, my second accent. And so sometimes my habits of like my natural accent still like creeps in, and so like when I have to read things that are like very long and like could be out of the natural pronunciation kind of system, it would like mess me up a little bit.
Mess with the flow a little bit. Yeah, Yessie and I are both bilingual as well. So
yeah,
not our first language
Spanish,
either.
and that's not my first language. Yeah, no.
No, I spoke Hawaiian before I spoke English, so
nice.
I didn't know a single word of English when I was 5, so I started talking in kindergarten, losing recess for that.
Oh, see.
Yeah,
couldn't understand.
I had to give up. Yeah, I couldn't understand anything.
But you were saying, I cut you off. Yes, my bad.
I guess another question is going back to the whole, you know, bilingual. Do you guys, and this goes for both of you, do you guys go and listen to the other dubs for references, or were you introduced to the, like, oh, this is a sample of the JP, this is a sample of Korean? Do you guys get any of that and try to get inspiration for how you're gonna go about these voices?
No,
yeah.
We don't get it that way. We can make it our own that way.
Right.
Yeah, I think for my other localized games projects, they have given me like, it really depends on who's like helming the project. Sometimes they want you to sound like it, sometimes they don't. But you know, they really just cast you based on like what you did in your audition, and if they liked it, they just want that voice. It really doesn't matter whether or not it like matches the other languages. But for this specific project, we didn't get to hear, or like they didn't provide that for us.
Okay.
I guess we can go more into like specific scenes for the both of you. I know you mentioned that you don't necessarily remember, but my questions are more gauged towards how you get into, so Kaitlyn, for example, the scenes of despair with Cinderella when she's trapped behind the mirror. You can literally hear like the raw emotion that you are delivering. How do you get into that mindset of delivering lines for a character that has lost all hope or lost her entire dream? It just all shattered before her eyes. Like, how would you go about getting into a scene of high emotional intensity like that?
That's a good question, because I don't really think too much of anything. I'd always try to recall, like, is there something I've done in the past where I had an extreme reaction or an extreme mindset that I could remember, and then pull it back for the context of the game itself. And so when I did Mr. Pickles on Adult Swim, and I did a lot of screaming and a lot of like excessive reactions as my character Tommy, and one in particular, it was a ripper. Like I begged them, like, can we please do Friday at 4 p.m. because this episode you've got Tommy in a brain changing thing that shocks his brain so much his head grows. And I was screaming and yelling and like the entire time.
I didn't even
so
know
like,
you were
well, I know
Tommy.
where I've been, where it was the worst, or at least the most taxing. So kind of just remember, like, well, what did my diaphragm do that day?
Mhm.
How did I shift my body? Was I wide-eyed? And like, okay, let's pull that backwards where something's happening, and she's so shocked by it. How do I even respond to it?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the best thing I can say, because usually I just kind of go for it. Well, what's the emotion? Sad? All right, I'll be sad.
I think
That's probably not very.
Well, no, I think that's a good answer. I think more so it's like, because I know from past interviews that we've done that you guys get very little you guys get a little view of the scope of what's happening, but you don't get the full story. But I think I was just overall impressed because I don't know how to describe it. Maybe my chat can or Yessie can better, but the scene specifically where you're screaming like "let me out" and like she's banging on the mirror, right? Like you could have delivered that as like such a, you know, more monotone delivery without context of the scene, but it really feels like she's trapped in there. So like using past experiences, I think really, I didn't know you were Tommy from Mr. Pickles. Like that character screams.
I'm Tommy. Nice to meet you. You know.
I'm good. That's oh my god.
My dog is the best dog ever. And he's the devil. But we don't have any visuals for it, just because the game has been programmed that for the most part that way. Other than the little clips of the animated clips that we record. So can we have a NIKKE anime, please?
We've been asking for so long. Please.
Yeah.
But oh, I just had it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I can understand the monotone, but our scriptwriter, our translator and the scriptwriter, they give us the emotional beats right there with the line. We have our line.
That's awesome.
It says, what's the emotional context? Is there something prior or around it? And we see the whole script, because who am I responding to? And I usually take our punctuation in scripts pretty seriously. It's not always the case, but I'm a very literal person and I can't read social cues. So we're just gonna do what I think it is and we'll circle back later. And that's why I usually do like 3 different reads of a line and like, okay, which one has the most possibility? Should we push on that one? Should we change it up? I'm always open to do what my director is envisioning, or if the writer's there or the creator's there, or a line read. Let me know. Mr. Pickles was all line reads, and I was like, yeah, however you're hearing it in your head, tell me what you want, I'll do it. That's the whole point. We're collaborating. We're making this something for everybody.
I think it's really important too that your director is also very open to changes and like altering things here and there for delivery. It sounds like you guys have a really good vocal director over at NIKKE. In terms of just helping you. I have heard nothing but great things about this man. I've interviewed like over a dozen VAs at this point, and every single person is like, oh yeah, he's super chill. You know, if we want to try something, he lets us try it, trial and error type of thing. So yeah, it's just nice to know that you guys have good vocal direction, both from the translators and the actual vocal director that you guys are in the booth with.
I have a random question because it just popped up in the chat and I don't want it to leave.
Okay.
Somebody said a movie would be Pog first leading into an anime. What's a Pog? Like, Pog is a little
Poggers.
The Pog is a game from the 90s.
Pog means like great. Like it would be awesome.
Yeah, like that would be amazing. Yeah.
Chat, stop confusing my guests. Stop.
Yes, please.
What's a Pog?
All I hear when you're saying that is just Cinderella begging to know text language.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think I'm wrong.
A Pog is okay. A Pog is like a way to say great. Like Pog is cool or great. Like if they say Poggers, it's the same thing. My god, chat's.
I can explain. So Pog is actually stands for play of the game. So basically like MVP. And so like that kind of, it just developed into a different meaning, but like similar in that area.
Lauren just told us she's a gamer. That's literally what she just told us. She's a gamer.
Okay, then I won't get skibbity on that Ohio.
Oh my god!
No, I don't understand that.
I don't know what that means.
I was born.
And I just don't know.
I was born way too prior to that being a thing to know what that is.
Children, I'm not going to admit to my age, but all of you have to listen to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, give me a 1 if you listen to Cindy and Grave. Give me a 1 in chat if you guys are ready to listen. Are we ready to start school, chat? It took them too long to answer. No, it took you too long. Nope, you all fail.
Dang.
Dang, but going
Oh
back
my
on
god.
You gotta school me on the yeet, okay?
Oh,
The yeet.
we interviewed.
Oh
So
my
our
God.
first interview was a girl named Ellie Q, or Elizabeth Queenenfeld, and she's like younger than I am, but she's like just getting into voice acting, and she hops on and says all that language unironically, and that's where I got introduced to it because I knew nothing about
Wow.
it until her chat and her
Great
started saying it.
introduction.
That's
Wow.
it was
Great.
indeed
Yeah, that's a
an
great way.
intro. Yep, I feel so old.
That
Same.
Verb.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Sorry for this. Going back into
Oh man.
Thank
going
you.
to
Milk caps. Pog, milk caps. Thank you,
yeah, milk
Vanavis.
caps.
You're
Fun
on
fact.
my team.
Fun fact about Pogs. We have a drink in Hawaii called Pog. It's passion orange guava, and they gave like milk caps for them in the early 90s. So I have a lot of those now. The little ones with the staples in them. Like, yeah, the staples in the middle of them. My back suddenly hurts. Brain rot is crazy. Okay, chat. We'll go back to the interview, chat. Okay,
No.
listen, we're not skimming. we're not toileting. This isn't the LEQ
Oh
interview.
my god.
Okay?
Oh
my God,
man.
I've never done no Discord, no Twitch. This is all new for me. I deserve to learn.
I was telling Yes, I was like, I feel so bad because I keep having to ask Kaitlyn about making a Discord because like group chat on Twitter is not a thing. And I was like,
No,
I'm like
that was
ping-ponging.
successful. I'm leaving.
Oh my god. I think the
Nerf
last thing
that.
was Kaitlyn, you asked me about Nodders and I had to explain Nodders, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god, Nodders.
What was
Oh, God,
Nodders? I was like, that's
Nodders.
just them shaking their head, yes, that's it.
Nodders.
Like, I'm aware
Like,
of
what
that.
is Nodders?
I was 13, but
All right,
Jesus
chat,
Christ.
spam Pog crazy. Spam the Pog crazy emote. Oh god. Well, while we're doing that, we'll hop back into the question. Okay.
Don't know Doro.
Moving. Oh, Doro spam. Yeah, Doro runs spam chat. We all have Doro
Yeah.
emotes. There's actually Doros. If you look at the stream on Twitch for the two of you in call, there's Doros of your characters hiding around here. I can send you them after. This dude named Flats
That
made
little
Doros.
tricky thing on the table.
That's
It
a
looks
that's
like
a grave. That's a grave Doro.
That's a
Yeah.
grave Doro, yeah.
About these two little nerds in between the.
Wait,
Ew,
is,
they're everywhere.
is Doro not short for Dorothy? Or
It is, but it's a meme.
Oh.
Like all the
Yeah.
Doros
I
in
see, I
chat are
see.
all of our Doros. Like it's basically like the
Yeah.
body with our heads on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys ever go to like a convention, people do like Doro merch that people like to get signed as well. That's like a thing too. Let the Doros
Yeah.
live. Yeah, there's a promotion going around for second anniversary with I think it's a grave of Cindy, and is it a crown Doro that's in the car? It's like a full inflatable, like a truck with
Damn.
them. Yeah, long live the Doro.
Long live the Doros. Oh my god.
You know,
where
I'm
was
so
the truck?
There's, yeah.
Japan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's in Japan. Japan gets all the good stuff. We get all the all the
Yeah.
crummy leftovers
they
that they
do.
yeah. There's not a lot of big events
Yeah.
for Nikkei here besides like Anime Expo, Anime NYC. But then Japan has like all of the stuff there. They have like the Second Defense collab merch. You have like collab merch with big like clothing brands there. They have a bunch of pop-up events, and I'm just like, when? It sucks even more because I'm in Hawaii. So if it hits the States, it's always Cali or New York, and then I'm just like, come island, please, Japan island, come
Yeah,
island.
you're in between. You'd think they'd hit you guys first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to
Only-
stop off, refuel, get a coffee. They can drop off.
They
Doros
can
on the
drop
way.
off the bird.
I actually love that Nikkei actually acknowledges the Doros though in game too.
Oh, they do, yeah.
or
it's
in
an
their like
actual
live
thing.
streams or in their live streams, yeah.
That's fan service done correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
came for the plot,
Me
stayed
too.
for the plot. We came for
Oh
one
my
version, we stayed
God.
for another. But segueing back into, I guess we can go over to Lauren now. For you, I guess the thing with Abe's character is the fact that she's very like straightforward at times. So in the moments where she's a bit softer, how do you go about delivering more emotional scenes to her? Like when she talks to Cinderella about not game ending herself and standing up to fight for humanity. Like that scene in particular is a pretty impactful one.
Yeah.
To be honest, because, you know, what we get most of the time is just the lines and then the few words of description of what emotional beat it is. And sometimes it's not really translated well, like in terms of like, I sometimes don't really understand the emotional beats.
Mhm.
So, you know, for those scenes specifically, I think what we did was our director directed me to be motherly Like motherly was definitely a thing. Like that was like because before that I was like, I couldn't really understand for the longest time what the relationship between her and Cinderella is. I was like, are they friends? Is she like, does she like her? Does she not? Like, what? I was so confused. But so, you know, I just did what I, you know, the best I could do with like the information. I tried not to, because, you know, I don't know the whole context. And so I just like, you know, if you tell me this is motherly, then I will do motherly. And that if that sounds good with you, then we'll move on. So that's why I was so confused, like, you know, whether like what kind of character this is. But I just did it based on like, you know, in the moment, what was happening and how it felt for the character and the scene. Yeah.
And did you do multi-takes for those, or was that like one take and you guys were good online?
I honestly cannot remember, because
that's fine.
Because there were so many lines, and my sessions ran from like 2 to 4 hours, and we would usually, you know, for the sake of time, we just do one takes, for me at least. If it's good, we go on. If it's not, he stops me and we do it again. Yeah.
So I'm gonna address something in the chat, saying that it's unfair that you guys get no context. I think this was brought up before. I think it's just like, you guys gotta remember, we've been playing this game for 2 years. If they're brand new actors in this role, it's like information overload to give them the entire scenario. Because NIKKE loves, as Kaitlyn brought up, flashbacking, fast forwarding, present, past tense. That is concurrent with every single major event that has come out. It's always been a flashback paralleling a chapter that is in current day. So I think it would be a lot of information for them to digest. But maybe some context would be good. Like, I know a few actors that we brought on have talked about they'll get like previous scenes just like explained to them, so they know how to deliver certain lines. But I think it's just a lot to ask for. Honestly,
it is,
and like I just want to like address that this is not uncommon for any other games. Like, this is usually what it is like for every other game that we record.
That's what it sounds like too, because I know your vocal director is in charge of other gacha IPs as well, from what we've heard. So he's kind of versed in helping you guys out, just give you guys the right sense of direction to push you to.
Yes, my first one was Tower of Fantasy, so he helped guide me on that.
Yup.
Oh.
I played TOF as well. That's what we've heard from other actors we brought on too. He was originally on TOF, I believe, and then popped into NIKKE and abducted a bunch of you for roles, it sounds like.
Yeah, I did Tower of Fantasy as Claudia, and then he also started off Lost Ark.
Lost Ark.
Started off Lost Ark, and I'm Beatrice. And then he got so many offers and so many different changes. So that's how like things can always rotate in the biz. Sometimes people have to leave a project or start a new project or help out in a project. So I can never keep up myself. But that's how I met him. He was working on Lost Ark. I think about 5 years ago, actually. 5 years ago,
crazy.
And then, oh my gosh, I've been doing Lost Ark for 5 years. And then we went to Tower and then to NIKKE. And NIKKE is now his main focus, because there's a wealth of stuff happening. It's a never-ending job. Don't we all want that?
We do, yeah.
I think
I guess going back.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to go back to Lauren, because they said that they got the Order of Graves audition first and then Drilley. How much of a difference was it for you to voice these two different characters? And feel free to add an Ave Grave as well as Drilley, though. Like, how massive or just little of a difference was it?
Are you asking about like what do you mean by in terms of what
did it feel different in the way you had to go about each character's
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because they're very different. Drilley and Grave. Yeah. Like how much was it a struggle? Did you have to like, you know, lock in or go through an experience for it?
So to be honest, when I first auditioned for Grave, and even up till when we recorded it first, before, you know, this whole event unfolded, we were not sure where Grave was going. Like there wasn't a lot of information provided on Grave, and we were just kind of like, okay, I think like the director was like, I think your voice works. I'm not really sure where they're going with this, but like let's do this and see where this goes.
Wow. Okay.
So I think at the start it was really the hard part about Grave was that because her speech is so broken up and slow.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you've ever tried speaking slowly for a long amount of time. That's really hard.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of breath. But so it was refreshing. I would say Drilley is the kind of character that I would usually. It's funny because my voice register is kind of low, sits low most of the time, but like the Drilley kind of character is, I would say, somewhere that I usually play around in more. Just because, you know, it's like it's kind of a stretch, but it is within my range, and it is fun playing Drilley because after all that monotonous going like this the whole time, it's fun to speed things up and be like, anime girl, let's go.
Massive difference.
And then with Ave, it was fun too because, you know, finally I get to be human with Grave, so that was pretty much the distinction for me between Grave and Ave. That Grave was more like she was built, and then Ave is more like, okay, like what was she like as a human? Yeah.
Okay, I will go now. Yes. Sorry for cutting you off earlier.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you're fine. You're fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You guys mind if I pop out ever so briefly to grab me a tiny widow snack?
You are fine. You are so fine.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'll be right back, buddy.
Okay. I will direct this this question towards Lauren then. So you said that voicing Grave's slow speech was difficult for you. Is that the first character you've had to like slow down your speech for and like really push yourself a bit to play?
I think so, yeah. It's funny because I think so my whole like voice, I wouldn't say voice acting thing, but like in voice acting you have to like recognize your own strengths and like your types and stuff like that. And so for me, I've always thought that my voice is very you know, the what is it, the mommy type, I would say, like it fits very well in there. But I've never actually done a lot of like low voiced. Actually, no, maybe I have. Like it's a little like 50-50, like the high teenage voice and also like the mommy type. But Grave was different because she was like just like straight up just low and like grounded and there. So sometimes it was a little hard to like, I had to push a little bit of myself to go down also. And because, you know, like sometimes when you go too low, you'll get a little bit of a crack sometimes. So some of the days when I recorded, it was a little hard, but yeah.
I can only imagine having to do that for hours. Oh my god.
It's crazy that you did
staying
Drilley
in that tone.
It's crazy you did Drilley after you did Grave too. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you talk to yourself in chapters like 29 and 30.
Yeah.
Popped herself?
She talks to her. Yeah, so because Drilley and Grave are in the same scene a couple times. Like, granted, it's Drilley like screaming to like defeat her or run away from her, and then it's like Grave going, "Stay away from Cinderella," or like it's like
humans are
like,
deceitful creatures and stuff. Yeah.
I freaked out when her character was revealed, and it was like humans are perfidious creatures. I was like, "Yo, who is this? Who is this character?"
Yeah, and the director was talking also about how, you know, Grave is like the first character that isn't the typical anime girly kind of, or in the realm that usually Nikke voices are in. And so that's why it was like our first time, he was saying like, our first time exploring like what this would be like in Nikke.
Just kind of diving right in.
like, how did you, when you finally saw how Grave was gonna look like, what did you think? Because she's very much different from majority of the Nikkes there, yeah.
Muscle
Oh,
mommy.
really?
First muscle mommy. Yep.
First muscle mommy,
Oh, in
yeah.
terms of body, okay.
Yeah, like when you first saw the character.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, that is really cool, and
She inspires me to go and work out again.
She's your body type goals.
But her face reveal though, because when I was looking up like Reddit and stuff like that, and looking at people's theories and stuff, and when people were talking about like Pin and stuff like that, I was like,
Oh,
your
so
theories might be.
you actually peruse the Reddit a bit to see discussion of what
Yeah,
people.
I did.
Oh
Yeah.
no, chat, it's over. Pack it up.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
take over the
Because
interview. Pack it up. It's over.
Oh, I know.
Because we never get to like we don't get told when things come out, and so we really just like, you know, if we remember, we'll like go like, oh, we recorded this game a little while back, let's see whether it's released or not, and then and then yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
that's
you guys can get told, okay.
Yeah, usually not, unless it's like it's like, I don't know, really big game that's like announced in like articles, and they interview you and say your name, and yeah.
I guess going on the topic of being in person for interviews, both of you guys are featured in the 2nd anniversary. What was that like, actually going out? And I'm assuming you met part of the team that produced NIKKE at the very least. What was it like being featured, I guess, for the first time in a NIKKE anniversary stream, and just being able to announce like, hey, I played this character, hope you guys enjoyed the game, during a very big event?
We didn't.
What do you mean? You guys got interviewed, didn't you? Huh? Am I freaking out? Was that just at home? Was that literally just at home? No! Cried! I wanted to hold belief that you guys were there. I'm so sad.
Oh no.
Oh wait, so have you guys talked to each other before, or?
No.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Is this the first time?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know who else is in the game with me until I look it up.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, because you guys have so many like so many scenes together, and like I thought big shift up was like, yes, we'll do what we did last anniversary and like fly them out. That's completely my bad.
Not even close. They would never.
Maybe if we ask them extremely.
Money when we can do it at home.
Oh God.
Is that what they did the last time?
The last time they flew out the Counters VAs, I think they flew them out, or there was like local somewhere. It might have been in the US. If Michelle's still here, she can clarify that. But they did the same thing they did with you guys that they did with it was Pyrrhixz and Laura Stahl, right? Yes, for Small White and Red Hood. Yeah.
Snow White and Red Hood. Yeah. Yeah, it was Pyrrhixz and Snow. Yeah.
We were
Pyrrhixz and
local.
Laura, yeah.
Oh.
You don't got no friends.
No. Listen. If you
Laura's
guys,
an amazing one.
Laura is
Also, for anyone who's asking what my snack is, it is Honey Nut Cheerios.
that's based.
Ooh,
I love that.
nice.
Love that. What was I going to ask next? I know that we were talking before. I was talking to Lauren before about going to conventions and appearances in terms of NIKKE. Did you guys know that NIKKE would turn out to be this large of a game here in the States? Because it's really big in Japan, but it's been picking up a lot of traction. I think you guys are entering the scene right around the point where NIKKE is about to kind of like explode and become one of those bigger games.
We're getting a lot of new players because of you guys, with this anniversary.
There's a ton. There's a ton of
Yeah,
traffic.
so many are joining now.
It was record breaking.
No clue.
Yep.
Wow.
When we started 2 years ago, yes, Cinderella would eat Honey Nut Cheerios. She did everything because nothing's going to stick on her and it'll just make her skin beautiful. When we started 2 years ago, there was already such a wealth of NIKKEs out there, and the story was already getting going. So I was just excited to play. Like I didn't know if Helm would be popular, if she would be huge, if she would have extra stories. I just loved being her and playing with her, and that's how I view every job. Just have fun with it, live in that moment. It's always okay to kind of like make your little wish to be like, well, I hope they do more, or what if they have a spin-off or a plushie? I still have yet to have a Funko Pop of any character I've done, but I just love being there in that moment, and I'm always so grateful, and I hope for more. And then Summer's splish splash in the bath, ocean fun Helm. What was her name? But she was fun. She was like, oh, we have another story, and she has a really nice moment, and she's wet, so. Yes, I do. Hello. But someone
the mini quest,
was like, oh, hooray! Another story, and then Cinderella came, and this was such a switch from what I'd been doing so far. Because Helm is very serious. She is monotonous. She seems cold, but she isn't. She's just really got a rein on her emotions. And Cinderella starts that way, but she's able to just go all over the place. We just have to get to that element. So, and they were like, hey, this is a really big character, you got some fun stuff coming, like, yeah, let's do it, let's play. And I did not realize how huge she would be, how she is still huge, and how there's more fun coming. And
it's amazing.
I'm now waiting to hear myself like, well, what's gonna happen next? What's the next thing? We gotta address all this rigmarole.
There's definitely, I'm going to say this now, there's a popularity poll every single year for NIKKE, and I guarantee you guys are going to be like 1 and 2. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Cinderella,
we
Grave, I guarantee, the amount of traction, the amount of traction that this game has gotten since, okay, chat, type a 1 if you agree. If anybody types 2, you're banned. Type a 1 if you agree. But no, like, these characters, it's not only the fact that you guys are, like, the anniversary duo, but it's the fact that your dynamic goes way beyond just, like, that of the anniversary. You're prevalent in main story, which means that you guys are going to be there for at least the next 10 chapters to come. NIKKE is like a 10-year roadmap right now. So we know that they're definitely cooking. Yeah, there was an interview with the actual, like, writers from the studio from Shift Up, and they said 10 years is, like, their minimum right now. Before the story in their air quotes concludes. This is still chapter 1. Before chapter 1 concludes.
Wow.
We're 34 chapters in, and we're still in prologue.
We're prologue. So for context,
this is a prologue?
Yes,
this is the prologue.
This is still prologue. Yes.
34 chapters in currently. We don't know if there's more, but they have said this is prologue.
I'll give
20 years. I better not be in jail or dead. God.
I'll give you guys like a brief TLDR. So, like, Yes primarily streams NIKKE, and she's also really into the lore. My primary thing is covering like all the NIKKE gameplay lore, like with the story. And it was so rich, like, when it first came out. So, like, around the time that you did Helm, Kaitlyn, it was already, like, so much we didn't know. And I was like, you know, we have 16 chapters. Surely questions will be answered. There's still stuff we don't know after 2 years.
So many little, there's, like, so many little, like, time frames that we're still missing, too.
Yep.
My darling children, the last minute of Namek exploding was 60 episodes. You don't know the meaning of dragging it out and edging and making me wait 6 months to know if that damn is going to blow up and Piccolo is going to go save Gohan.
I will say this though. Fair. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Fair.
The thing that I'll say with NIKKE is like they also drag things out, but they do it in a way that still remains captivating to the audience. Like they know how to write a good long story. Like take for example, Lauren, you playing like Grave, right? Grave, and then we have Grave introduction, and then we just go and it's Ave, and we're just like whiplash. We're like, okay, how did this happen now? And it's like, stay tuned, 4-month wait, and we're just like, we get like an average of 6 to 8 chapters a year. That's how much we get.
Yeah.
So it's
but they do such a great job in connecting everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
like you're left
long.
waiting, but it's worth the wait as well.
If your vocals director didn't tell you, I'll tell you, you're probably locked in for like the next 10 chapters. Probably.
Wow.
Probably.
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
We're excited to see more Grave and Cinderella interactions, right, chat? We're excited to see more of that. And it's nice too because you both seem like you're very passionate about your roles and just like your multiple characters that you guys play in the story as well. It's always nice to just see the passion of people that come on. That's been like a constant thing with all the guests that we brought on, is they're super into their role in NIKKE and just seeing where their character story goes. So yeah, thank you guys for your hard work. It's definitely noticeable in the game. Super noticeable in the game.
It's hard to believe like it was all you guys didn't know each other until now because the dynamic is so strong in the story.
You guys are
strong. Yeah, it's so
you made
hard
both
to
of us
believe.
cry. We both cried.
I don't think a NIKKE event has made me cry so much like Old Tales.
Yeah, Old Tales was
Aw.
Old
Yeah,
Tales is my number
like, it
one
really
event
does
by
it.
far.
Yes,
Like
same.
best event by
Same.
far. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know
Wow.
for sure, like, I mean, I'd love to read for more characters too, as long, provided they don't sound the same as other characters. But it's always fun to play with more options because who knows who's going to come down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But for this, I just love Cinderella is my favorite fairy tale princess, and there's an artwork that just came out for a new skin or a new outfit. Her glass
Oh yeah,
princess.
it's the Glass Princess outfit.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Me and Yes bought it.
Mhm. I bought. Yep,
passion
We
yep.
bought it.
for all that stuff and just this new beautiful artwork, or and they all get new clothes at some point, or the different official pictures. Because I mean, let's be real, Graves' abs are the best. I'll stare at them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
clip it,
Mhm.
clip it, and
Yeah.
ship it, boys.
And now correct me if I'm wrong, but we have not seen Graves' face
We have.
currently. Like we have
It's the
Partially,
half of
yeah.
it.
partially. Okay.
Currently,
Because she's
apparently.
like, I don't want you to see me. My face is scarred, and like
Mm-hmm.
scars are cool. Take your helmet
I can
off.
give you the rundown like
Okay.
very briefly. So she actually got like an upgrade after the events of what was it, 32? Yes, right? She got like
Yeah. It starts
Yeah.
off immediately. Yeah. So
She
once we go into
basically-
33.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 33 is like her
Get
half
it.
face, but in her Bond story as well, she's like, I'm not ready to show my full face yet. Like, Cinderella may think I'm beautiful, but I don't feel beautiful yet. It's like her reasoning. So that's another
Girl,
thing
you
Yeah.
too.
makeover.
I think it would be
But I'm
great
like,
if you
oh,
guys.
this is-
Feel good about yourself. We're gonna get you a new helmet. We're gonna get you a new outfit. We're gonna get you eyeliner. It's gonna be great.
I think it would also be cool if you guys were able to voice your own Bond stories, because I feel like that would contextualize a lot more about your character in general.
Yeah.
Like both Graves' Bond story and Cindy's Bond story give extra depth to the character. And it's been like universal with most other people that we brought on, where it's like, oh, here's your Bond story. They're like, wait, I didn't know this about my character. This would have been great to know like X chapters ago. So
Mhm.
that's another thing we hope is voiced.
Yeah. Wait. What is that?
The Bond stories?
Think of
Yeah.
character stories, like you get to hang out with them and get to know a little bit more about them.
It's a one-on-one.
Each NIKKE gets it. Yeah, like a one-on-one session with them.
Mm-hmm.
We do
Mhm.
record some kind of like off take random lines that are in response usually to the commander.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
Those are probably-
standard.
Oh,
yeah.
that's probably that's like your idols,
Right.
your advisements. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, the type of dialogue is the story surrounding it. So, and we may not know that until it actually drops in the game.
Oh, I see. It
If
just-
something was a concern or something didn't line up, we would go back in and re-record to
Oh.
correct the issue. But
Hmm,
okay.
I've yet to have that.
A beautiful performance from Cinderella.
Just give me my mirrors, Commander. I don't care.
Oh my god.
But I can give you a prime example. In the Cinderella Bond story, I don't know if you remember the scene where she's like drinking soup and she starts just like crying uncontrollably.
Mhm.
Yeah, that gives more depth to like why. Like I know soup might seem crazy, but it gives like more of a depth as
It's
to
not
why that
crazy,
made her break.
no.
Yeah. It was just like the importance with her squad and her with that specific moment. But I guess moving onward, if you guys could voice any other character type in NIKKE, what would you guys want to go for the both of you?
Let me think.
A voice type?
Or like maybe an antagonist character if you wanted to play like a heroic character. Like
Yeah.
Ooh, antagonist is fun. Like,
Very sexy.
because both Helm and Cinderella are affected voices. I raise it up or I soften it and put a lot of that breath or that slight accent on it. But if I could use my own natural voice and or use kind of that guttural sound, maybe not like that, but if I could use my own natural voice in its natural placement, and usually a villain or a one of the hard military characters would allow me to have that effort and that. I'd love to play something like that. I don't often do those types of roles. So it would be nice to play that way.
Okay, that would be interesting, kind of like to test yourself a bit more and go outside of what we're kind of used to you playing with Helm and with Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think like NIKKE is like a waifu game, so I wanna voice an actual like large booby waifu.
Don't worry.
Valid.
It's
Yeah.
Nikke.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah, it'll happen.
They're
They're
there.
there. I've had mine for years. It's fine. They're just there. Sleep on them. I don't care.
Yeah, like an actual what is I keep forgetting what the standard mommy phrase. What is it? Ada.
Ada, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ada, yeah.
Ada. Yes.
Yeah, things like that, or like I recently got to play, and I never thought I had this in me, but I played a gremlin type of character, and I was like, whoa, I could actually do this. Like, this is actually pretty fun. Like like little like weeaboo kind of character.
So getting out of the covers though, yeah.
That's like a waifu. I'm 3 waifus. I'm quite proud.
Collecting them.
Yeah.
I guess.
One, oh my god.
Oh
Yes,
god.
is like-
Man, we're getting Cindy Ara we won.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading right now.
Chat, calm down. We're not even in the questions yet where you goobers can ask questions. Calm yourselves.
Oh my god.
We won?
What did we always do? We always would joke watashi wa Cinderella-kun.
Oh my god.
Imasu or something. What do we do?
The floodgates are open. I'm not monitoring them anymore. The floodgates are open. Hey, yo.
What's the other one? Oh god, what did we grow up with? Oh my god. Ushigi Yugi coming in full force.
Oh no,
dear.
the chat.
No.
I can't control them anymore.
They're
It's
lost.
over.
Yeah, they're lost. They're lost.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Learn your history.
Calm down, commanders. Calm down.
I love both of y'all. Y'all are amazing. All right, chat. Here's a question for you guys, chat. Participate, please. If they were at a convention, would you guys line up to get signatures from them? I want to see ones. Type 1 or your, yes. Yes, 1? What? That's not enough ones. Yes.
I'll pay you.
I'll pay you.
Gee, yep.
Oh, I guess another thing I can ask you guys. I don't know if you guys are collectors. I know, like, you mentioned it, Kaitlyn, about wanting, like, a Funko Pop of Cinderella or, like, a Nikke that you play. Do you guys enjoy collecting any of the Nikke merch or, like, artwork that people make that you can get prints of or, like, anything to do with your characters? Like, are you guys collectors of that, or?
Well, I made the big mistake of saying, like, I'd like to commission some fan art on Twitter.
Oh, I saw.
I swear.
Oh,
The
every
bots.
single
the
response.
bots. Yeah.
But basically, every single response was, if not a bot, it was someone who would have just mined someone else's artwork.
Yep.
Because the samples they would give, like, there is no consistency in these samples. This is not this, like, and I was smart enough to figure that out. And the real people, like, I found the real people, but their style wasn't what I needed for this Nikke event coming up that I'm attending. So that's what I wanted to get the artwork for. So I would have some options.
I know.
So I have some official artwork I can use, but I also have a couple people who I did find who I commissioned to do some art. And then Neko is going to do some art for me when she gets back. It won't be in time, but we had some ideas that we're talking about. So
I can tell you when you asked her to commission work, I was with her at a convention. We were tabling at a convention together, and she just freaks out like at her seat, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like dying. She's like literally on the ground dying. And I'm like, "Are you good?" And she was like, And I was like, "Talk, what happened?" And like people are walking by her table, and I'm like, "Are you good?" And she's like, commission. And I was like, "Huh?" And then I guess like she showed me the message that you sent, like about being interested. I think it was like the artwork you did, or she did, of Cinderella singing on the lake or like the water with the moon in the background. So I think that's one that you guys, that's what you guys settled on.
She was recommended by several people. I looked at her website, I looked at her samples, and I was like, okay, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. She has the style down. She has the looking respectfully poses down. So I reached out to her on that.
We love
then
NIKKE,
after
yes.
Cinderella came out, she had she did an artwork on her own, like it was her own choice to do it, which was already so beautiful. And so I reached out again, and I'm like, hey, I definitely want a commissioned one that we talked about, but I want this one too. Can I pay you for the you know, had this been something you sold, could I
the
buy it off of
rights?
you for that?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, oh yeah, I did this for me, so I won't charge you this little commission price. I'll charge the normal stuff I would around it. Like, it was all, she gave me all on the up and up, and I was like, that's fine, let's do it, my friend. And so she said, like, could I sell prints myself? And I said, yes, it's your artwork. You absolutely sell your own artwork. The prints are a bonus for voice actors. We're selling our autograph on an item of your choice or an item we provide. The item technically is free. So I always have extra prints of some of my prints that I'll give to, like, at least for Minnie, I'll give prints to children.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I cannot sign them because that's
Yeah.
not my contract with my manager. But I can definitely give them a picture of Minnie they can just hold in their hands, because that's all they want. They just want to hold
That's
it
so
and see it
wholesome.
and show it. The paper is
Yeah.
7 cents. That's nothing. And I
WVA,
overprint everything
yes.
because I panic. So I bring extras on purpose for littles. I bring stickers. I bring, like, packaged tiny little treats. That way they can just feel like they can have something. They don't have to buy anything. They can come and talk to me. I never mind. So, and some of these actors I do see, like, hey, they got 5 switchbacks of a line. They might be popular. I can understand keeping a hustle. But just come and chat with me. I'm happy to do that. I'm there for
WVAs.
them.
WVAs.
That's the whole
Yeah.
point. I'm
My
there
God.
for them.
That's
I'm
actually
not
so
like,
sweet. Yeah.
"Guys,
Yeah. I know
oh, no, it's
with Nekko's art specifically, so the doodle that you took the art or took the rights for from, she was freaking out because she was like, "Oh, it looks so bad. It's like a rough draft," because she drew it on her iPad because
No.
she's traveling. And I was like, "Nekko," I literally called her and I was like, "You need to stop this. You have somebody reaching out to you to get it." And she was like, "I can't do Grave. I'm traveling. I can't do both of them." And I'm like, "Go do your trip. Come back. Don't worry. I'll refer. I will refer. Don't worry." And she was like just freaking out about the fact that you were even interested because fun fact about everybody here, about me, Yes, and Nekko, we all are very, like, we're very dedicated NIKKE CCs, and we're in, like, a very small niche. So to see, like, not only people very wholesome that are a part of the game, but also supportive of, like, us and then, like, artists as well, and you guys are, like, voice actors. It's, like, the dream, you know? It's, like, such a cool experience to be able to interact and just share, like, you know, common interests and, you know, common, you know, W's for Nekko or, like, for Yes's streams. Goated niche,
Yeah.
goated niche, yeah, completely goated.
You'd include yourself.
for the love. And
I
there's
don't like
something
that.
about-
No.
Stop it.
There's something about a hand-drawn artwork. I mean, digital, yes, but it's still hand-drawn in the digital setting. That you see that love, you see that work in all those lines. So in her mind, this is just a sketch she threw out. Like, you put a background, you colored it. There's clean lines. There's multiple shades, like a watercolor. It doesn't matter that it isn't a perfect, like, canon style. Like, this is your style. This is your beauty, and it's reflected. And the simplicity and the beauty of it is exactly what I wanted. Why wouldn't I get it? It's beautiful, and there will be plenty of people who want that picture. Same with you know, the future Cinderella one, Helm. I definitely want Helm too. I don't have any, so I gotta get her. And I found some great artists who I didn't specify NIKKE when I should have, but I did have a few people who reached out that were like, "Oh, you're actually a great artist I'd like to commission for my Disney work, for my Disney characters. Your art is perfect for that. So it won't be for this, but it's for something later." And I mark everybody. I keep track of everybody.
So cool.
Because there's always something coming out, and Welcome to Hell 2 just dropped, and I'm trying to get artwork of those characters I do, because I'm so fond of that one, because that one we did that, God, like 10 years ago, her first one.
Oh, sheesh.
But I've always loved that one.
I guess moving over, have you done any appearances at conventions, Lauren, or have you?
Nope.
Oh, you'd be Brett.
I've never.
Go ahead.
I've never had any like characters that were like that I don't know, like people were interested in. I don't know. So I've never I've never done conventions, but I go to conventions a lot for the artist alley, and so
you're
yes,
just
I'm
like
very
us.
familiar.
Yep.
I'm very familiar with like all this fan art things, because my favorite thing about going to conventions is the artist alley, where like I'm so specific about my fan merch, because I don't I love this well, first of all, I take note of like whoever I like the style of, and so like, you know, if ever in the future I need to commission someone, I will go through the list. But I love to I'm very into making my home and like living space comfortable and like nice to look at, and so I try to incorporate like utility with like fan merch. And so like I would if you ever make like something like on a bag or something on a hat
like
that's like
bag,
related to like fan stuff, I would absolutely get it. Like
that's so
not
awesome.
even like
We support our artists. We support
but
our
I
artists.
also do get a lot. I mean, it's because, you know, I spent like $300 at the con. Like, it can't all be prints. I'm sorry, but yeah. So.
I mean, I think a cool idea would be, because we brought this up before when we interviewed Pyrrhixz Blue, because she's Red Hood. I think it'd be really cool to have like a panel or a signing station with you and Kaitlyn at, because I know people would go to that, guaranteed. But the problem is like, I put in requests. You know, I have a small convention in Hawaii. It's a, you know, it's far away though. But I'm pretty sure, because a lot of the time people get recommended and then they get reached out to you, like their agency or whoever's managing them will get reached out to you. So I definitely think just from this interaction alone and the people in chat, there is definitely people here that would want like Cinderella and Grave signings. I would wait in the line for that. I don't care. I'd be like, hi, I was interviewer number 1. Hello, can I get this signed? Can I sign, please? Because it's cool to meet the people that are behind some of your favorite characters, right? And just to hear the passion you guys have for these roles. And I'm pretty sure between my chat, I'm pretty sure we got most of the states covered. Inviting you guys.
And it's cool for us too, or especially for me, because I've never like met anybody that's like interested in my work. So it'd be really cool to meet people that are actually like, that know what I do.
Chat, hey chat, if you're in the States, I need you guys to type POG if you want appearances. That means that you guys also invite them. Don't just say POG and don't invite them.
Request
Request.
them. If you want to see them, request them.
I think it'd be so cool because like Neko also does this thing where if you guys are VAs and she has merch, she always prepares like a little bag of like merch items. So for you, Kaitlyn, she was like, oh, if we ever run into Kaitlyn, you know, I have like her peeker, I have like this little mini print, and she was just starstruck after you messaged her. So she's working.
Yeah, she did offer a peeker artwork of Cinderella peeking, and it has a really pretty rainbow holographic.
It is gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neko's so talented, honestly. Yeah.
I want it.
Goated artist. We're gonna be in Texas in December. That's the next con that we're going to, Anime Frontier. So
I was
we're
actually
just
thinking of going to that one,
Huh?
but I'm not sure yet.
Yes, you take over. I gotta walk away. Goodbye.
Oh my god.
like as an attendee, not like a guest, because I wasn't invited or anything.
Walk by, honestly. Like we're tabling at that event. Like Neko will, even if you want to like pay Neko, she'll be insistent of like, no, take. So
We'll help
oh my
her
god, I was watching. I was actually like live watching the anniversary live stream, even though it was like crazy late for me. But I was watching it, and then I realized that they were doing the in-person like boba events and stuff like that.
The alley events,
and so I was like, they never told us anything about this. Like I would absolutely guessed at the shop or whatever.
I thought you guys would. Wow, you guys find out when we find out, I guess. My god.
Yeah. But oh, sorry.
There's a NIKKE event coming. November 23rd.
To California, I think, right?
Yeah, November 23rd, we're celebrating the game's 2nd year anniversary with an official NIKKE pop-up event in Alhambra, California. So that's I'm doing that. Are you doing that, Lauren?
That was the event I was telling Bill about. Because I wasn't contacted about that.
Oh.
No.
Go. You guys need to like call him back up and be like, hey, we're gonna show up to this.
Yeah, just expect us.
Wait, okay, I'll message you later on about that, but
Yeah,
But-
I mean,
but
if
yeah.
anything, come with me as my quote-unquote attendant.
Yeah, no,
Just
because I messaged, like, right after the live stream, I emailed Bill. I was like, I didn't know this was happening. Did you know? And then he said, I'll email the marketing department and they'll reach out to you. And it's been like 2 weeks. I haven't heard anything.
If anything, come with me. They're not going to say no.
Just
They're
come.
not going to turn you down.
Okay.
Don't they know who I think I am?
You need
Oh my
to.
god.
You need to just go in with like a backpack and be like, "Do you have snacks?" And you just pull out snacks. Just give it to her.
Yeah.
They can't stop you. Oh, that's so great. If you guys do go, anybody in the chat, if you guys go take some pictures, get some stuff signed.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing about Artist Alley too is we're seeing more people that do NIKKE art, and I'm also very particular about art that I get. So it's nice to see, because like I started playing this game when it came out, like around the time that, well, Kaitlyn was the first banner, like she voiced Helm. That's the first banner in the game. So in November 22, like that convention had nothing when we went. Next year over, it had like maybe 1 or 2 NIKKE artists, and now this year it's like almost 10, which seems small, but it's kind of big for
That's a
it
good
to be
number
growing.
compared to the first year.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Compared
so
to the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, we'd love to see you guys at conventions, or like, even if my ultimate goal, I told this to like the Goddess Squad VAs too, is like to find the other VAs of Old Tales and drag you guys on an interview. And just talk about the role that you guys had. Even Red Shoes, chat, even Red Shoes, we hate her, but we bring the VA on. VA did good job. VA did good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We separate that. We separate that.
I'm going to
separate.
post a link into the Discord, and now one of you guys post the link into the Twitch chat.
I have to do
'cause
that.
I tried, and it told me to sign
Okay.
up, and I got scared. So
I got you.
Oh.
If yes posts it,
Seven?
then you're gonna get
yeah,
timed
come
out
on
if you
down,
post it.
y'all.
I'm gonna get
We're
timed
in
out,
LA.
yeah, I'm gonna get
It's in
timed out.
Alhambra.
Mods pin it.
I'll swing by and pick you up, Lauren.
Yeah.
Mods pin it. One of you do your job. I don't pay you nothing for.
I was definitely gonna go anyway, regardless, but yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah, we'll pull up a chair.
Are you I guess for you, Lauren, are you excited to meet the NIKKE community? Are you like a bit anxious? Is it like, since it's something new for you?
Yeah, definitely, cause yeah, it's my first time like doing anything like public, so yeah, definitely.
I guess, is this the impression that you think you get from the NIKKE community? Because it's a very very cultured game, you know. It's very much it's the booty shooter on the surface, but the community, this is honestly one of the most wholesome communities I've ever been a part of. And
Agreed.
I don't know if
Agreed.
that translates over to you guys as well, but did you expect the us to be like a bunch of goobers that just like playing the game and not just be down horrendous 24/7 for the character design?
No, I mean I didn't know, like, cause I just thought, you know, like a lot of people are there for the character design and all that. But so I mentioned I was on the live stream, right? Because when during the actual live stream, I was reading the chat, going off and stuff like that, and it was really cool to see people get so excited. Some of them were so funny. They were like, I screenshotted someone's comment. Oh, I need to find that. But it was really funny because like they were talking about like the part, because in my interview when I mentioned Drilley and stuff like that, they were saying like they were so shocked. They were like, bro went from like no emotions to this. Like, it's really funny.
I remember when you told me, and I was like, wait, you're grave? And I was like, you're grave? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, because it's so different. Like, it's such a different style of delivery. It's literally like, for lack of better terms, like slow speaking into like snapping at you or like telling you off, being very straightforward and direct. Like it's such a difference in character. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and it was really funny too when you know, sometimes Abe would make jokes and it's like, girl, like
the timing though. It's all the
it's
jokes.
so funny.
When she like her
I
jokes
literally,
land flat.
sometimes like because I record, like, you know, like I said, like if we don't need a second take, I just keep going. So then I like sometimes I would stop before the line. I'm like, is she saying this like genuinely, or is it like I don't know? And then I start laughing.
There's a couple of times like that in the story where it's like they all get repaired and she just like delivers a really deadpan joke, and she's like, "What? I'm trying to cheer you up. Why?"
She's like, I was joking. Always has to say that. It was a joke.
She has to clarify it.
Yeah.
I guess for you, Kaitlyn, it sounds like you've been to a lot of events before too, and you've been with the game since it started. So how have you seen, I guess, the NIKKE community evolve over time? Or like, I don't know if you've interacted with anybody that plays since you voiced Helm at cons, but I guess was your expectation kind of like the way the community is?
Every convention's different, and every style is different. And I haven't done too many conventions. I'm hoping that'll change next year.
Oh, definitely.
I just had some things I had to accomplish in my personal life and with family and health and just juggling a lot of things. And Disney is my main focus, so I always want to make sure I'm giving them my due, and then pop in for my other things as it comes. But until now, the conventions have not had strong anime, video game, RPG, JRPG audiences.
Okay.
Which isn't bad at all. It just wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right place. So I am hoping to branch out to other conventions that have more of that focus now that I have more to offer. Because I also was probably like, no, they don't want to see me. I haven't done anything. Like, it's those.
Yeah.
The curse of the actor. But I've done a handful of stuff now that I just adore, and I want to definitely like be there in case anyone does want to meet me. So it's fun to bring all of that, and NIKKE is such a new thing for me, and I'm glad it's popular. I'm glad it's getting a lot of love with all of us. So what was the question? Yeah, so this NIKKE event in Alhambra, that's the first thing I'm doing that is specific for it. But I'm hoping to do like MomoCon, Anime Expo.
MomoCon. Okay, awesome.
God, MegaCon. Like there's a lot that love this sort of stuff. And
definitely.
I just gotta find where to go and hopefully get in from the ground up.
I really hope that these
Anyone
conventions.
wants me to come somewhere, let me know.
Suggest them, chat. Suggest them. But I think it's also nice too.
I think you just have to go into the local convention website and request, right? There should be a panel for that.
There should be,
So I
yes.
just have
In the
to-
websites, yeah. So just go ahead and do that if you guys want to see them.
Yeah,
I would,
and like
love
the
that.
promoter can find me through like Christine, who's one of my agents or managers, I should say. So Christine's one of my managers at my management place, CBT. So then they can reach out to her and say, hey, we'd love to make an offer to bring Kaitlyn out.
Okay.
And I say yes to everything because I get to travel. And because if I don't get out and meet people, I'm going to be at home reading web comics and eating Chipotle.
I feel that. I feel that so
live.
Yeah.
so much. Like it's
looking at pictures of Adam Driver. Like I need to do more with my life.
It's funny because a lot of the people that started, some of them started voice acting around COVID, so they're like, we need to get out and like meet the people that we do voices for, or like, that we play roles for, and it's super impactful to them when they attend their first one. There's a few that just recently gone out, and it's like very nice to meet the audience that you perform for, So I hope that the event you guys go to has a gigantic turnout, because really big
I feel like
NIKKE
it would
event. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, they're definitely,
I guess
absolutely.
for context, to like quantify how many people came in for this game, the live stream, didn't it peak like 80K plus on JP or something?
More
Like,
than that. That was just JP alone. That's not counting
NA
NA and EU. None of that. That was just JP.
Compared to the first anniversary live stream, you guys more than doubled the attendance for Old Tales and 34 or 33 to 34. And like the thing about the event too is people are staying for this event as well. So they're like in it for the long haul. So I really hope this helps you guys meet a lot more people in the community too. And then other voice actors are also part of the game, because you guys mentioned that you hadn't met other people that were a part of NIKKE yet. That'd be really cool too, just to meet other people that are in the same game as you guys and kind of like get to know them a bit more. A ton of people too. Yeah, no, it to put it lightly, there was so much traffic on the NA server when the update dropped. The game repeatedly crashed for everybody. The server's overloaded, which had never happened. That's never happened before.
Mainly on NA, because on the global servers, some people have told me that they weren't having an issue. But it was constant.
NA's entire server like
it
overloaded. Like we could not play for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and we were like, my God.
Stay there.
Yeah, and it's still like, Yessie and I stream this game pretty often, and the amount of new people that have come through is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
For streams. Couldn't even swipe. Yeah, too much of us are spending money on this indie banner.
Yep.
Funding the game. But we kind of went through this a bit longer than I expected. Chat, I'm gonna open questions to you guys. Please don't get mad if I can't read it. Scary chat, move fast. I'll try my best to keep up.
I got you. I got
Okay.
you. You're fine.
Panic? No, never. But I did also want to thank. Can we get a big thanks to Lauren and Kaitlyn, because both of you guys replied to us over on Twitter, which barely happens when we bring VAs on. I have to go through their management, so thank you guys so much.
Yay!
For coming on and agreeing to be on this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I answer every DM. Or
I
if someone's
appreciate
like,
that.
I heart anything. Please love me.
Oh,
Same.
trust me, you don't have to ask for the community to love you guys. It's already there.
Yeah,
It's
no,
already
no.
there.
They already do. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we have a bunch of thank yous. I guess Yes is my temporary secretary here, looking over the question.
Okay, there's one here. How did
How
the
did the
two
two of
of
them
them know they wanted to get into voice acting when they were getting started? So yeah, how did you guys know?
I saw Aladdin with Robin Williams, and
You
that
know
was
what?
it.
Valid.
You know what? That's valid.
Yeah.
You know what?
I
Yep.
saw Hook first,
Yep.
and I wanted to be an actor like Robin Williams, and then I saw
Mhm.
Aladdin and wanted to do cartoons like Robin Williams, and
Mhm.
that's what it was. And it started ever since then. It took me, 15 years to actually get in the community, but I knew what I wanted.
Mhm.
For me, I started off in, just wanting to act and going to school for theater, and then I didn't know the voice acting was different from like the rest of acting. And so then I found myself, taking classes and everything, and so that's where I started doing more of voice acting. And I pretty much just treated as acting in general. Like, it's just a different form of acting, and that's what I love to do. And so and then I started doing more video games and found my niche, and so that's how I got here.
I guess to partially expand on that, do you guys stand up when you record, and do you emote with your hands, or do you guys like sit down and do
Yeah.
your deliveries?
I definitely do stand up. I never sit, never, unless I'm recording like something long, like an audiobook or something.
I stand in the studio, but when I record at home, I have to sit, because my little walk-in closet here, the way it's been formatted, the way I built it, I have to sit. But it doesn't make too much of a difference. I just sit forward and like make sure the diaphragm is clear, and I'm okay with that. But anything singing or anything that it requires really huge amounts, I ask to go in studio.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're getting a few questions. Oh, go ahead,
Another one from Kitsune and Nate. For both VAs, how did you guys find that right tone and setting to fit the characters of Cinderella and Grave?
Thank you.
We played around with it until my director said, that one.
He said his name's Bill. Right? Shout out to Bill.
Black.
Oh.
Yeah, Bill Black.
My
Yeah.
favorite animal is an elephant.
Oh my god.
Oh, I heard that story actually. For me, I mean, honestly, for me, it was pretty like a normal, like a regular, the regular process of auditioning. I read the specs of the audition. I do it. I fortunately hit what they wanted, and that was it.
Trial and error, it
Okay.
seems like, and then just like sticking to.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's more about like doing your best, and then leave it up to the universe to because you never know what they want. So they'll hear it when they know, and so all you can do is just do your best.
So there's a question here that we didn't get around to that I'm going to ask you guys now. Out of the characters that you guys play from NIKKE, for the both of you, which character do you relate to the most?
Yeah.
Cinderella, I'm beautiful.
I love that confidence, as it should be.
Hold
and
on,
there was
wasn't
one
this in
question that
the-
scrolled up real quick.
Wasn't that in the anniversary live stream actually? That question?
I believe it was.
it
Yeah,
was.
it was.
It's funny because like I don't know if I should say this, but like obviously it was scripted.
it.
Like, obviously, you know, the questions were prepared beforehand, and me being, you know, I don't have a lot of context of the character. I'm just like, please write whatever you think is appropriate. and then I will read them like, okay, I agree with this, and then we'll just read it that way.
Valid statement. We'll deliver.
So I remembered that question specifically, because, you know, I'm like, honestly, like, who do I relate to? I spend most of the time with Grave, so I really can't say I relate to anybody else. So that's who I did, and I saw someone in the chat during the live stream was saying, I can't imagine what the VA must have gone through to relate to Grave. And I was like, oh, I didn't think about that.
What was the line?
Oh
The
my
electricity,
God.
it hurt. The electricity, it Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So there's another question for you, Lauren. With the Grave voice lines, the early Grave voice lines, when she's like heavily talking slow, is that modulated at all? I don't know if you know that, like,
Yeah.
in post, or is that just your delivery?
You mean like the speed of it?
I mean more so like they're asking for the tonality of it. Like, was it pitched
Oh.
at all, or is that just your natural
I
delivery?
mean, I'd have to listen to the final result, because I you know, they don't do it on the spot, so I don't know, but probably not. If it sounds like, you know, what Grave usually sounds like, then probably not. But if it sounds different than her regular voice, then probably. I don't know.
Okay. Oh god. Oh yes.
There
you
is
sent me-
another.
that
Yeah, sorry,
blew up
I'm
on
just
Holy
the
crap.
stopping.
Oh.
Yeah. There
There was
is
a
another
that
question
flashed
as well.
about my old name. I had done some work under Elizabeth Simmons before.
Oh. Okay.
And I for Helm, I loved it so much. I had said my official name, but something got mixed up, and they looked at a previous work and just took the name from that, because they're like, it's the same person who did this on this, and it was like, no, don't put that name.
Oh.
But then when we
okay.
corrected it for summer Sea Times Splish Splash Fight a Whale event,
Fight a
I put it back to my name, and then Cinderella is my name.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah.
This
So
one's
we
more.
have another question as
Go ahead.
well. This is from Kamori's guys. Do you guys have any tips for someone who's scared to start voice acting work?
You know,
Don't
I've
do
actually
any
been
voice
asked
that
that
hurts
question
you.
recently.
Don't do any voice that hurts you. Doesn't matter how it sounds,
Yeah.
doesn't matter the desired effect. If it
Mhm.
hurts you, do not do it.
Yeah.
I've actually been asked that question recently, and my question is, why are you scared to start voice
Ooh.
acting?
That's a
Like,
good counterpoint.
I understand, you know, maybe like the financial concerns, but like, other than that, why are you scared? It's, you know, just enjoy it as much as you can.
If you're scared because of how you'll be perceived or how your work will come off, everybody starts from somewhere, and you will always grow and get better and get more polished and more professional. You won't see that growth because you live with yourself. People around you will, and take it slow. Keep yourself safe, you know, especially monetary wise. You know, plan ahead. There will be sacrifices you have to make, and there's no deadline. It took and if I was going to give an actual answer to how long it took me, I would say it took officially 15 years. Officially.
Wow.
Because just I
okay.
needed more time to learn. I had to learn how to get out of my own way. I had to go slow because of I was living, you know, hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't have a lot of opportunity the way a lot of my peers did. And it's hard when a phenomenal 20-year-old comes to town and is suddenly like booking everything and is just the star of the scene, and you're not, and you're older and you've been at it longer. That doesn't mean that person is not a good actor and doesn't deserve it. It just means they're on a different path. And if you should love the journey as much as the end result. If you don't love all that goes into being a voice actor, it may not be right for you.
That was a
Yeah.
great
You deserve
response
props.
from both of you.
Yeah.
Amazing
Yeah.
response.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Agreed.
Thanks to both of you. Okay, that's a thank you. I'm like going back to what you sent me. Yes. Okay, so this one's a little bit more lighthearted. So NIKKE offers different like outfits for the characters over time. What outfit, if given casual wear, would you see like Grave and Cinderella wearing? See, like if they're going out, I don't know, like shopping or just street wear, or what kind of outfits would you like the game to make with your characters?
Oh, I know exactly what I want, but I don't know how to describe it. Like, I was thinking, so obviously black, but I was thinking, like a leather sort of, do you know those like they're not bikini, but it's like bikini shaped kind of tops.
Bustier?
Crop tops? Bustiers or crop tops?
You know, I'm not
qualified for this conversation.
With, I'm not very well versed with
bustier.
like it's
A bralette?
Like, yeah.
Bralette. Okay,
like
bralette.
like
okay.
a leather bralette with like a with a black what is it called? What is it called? Oh my god, all the things are escaping my brain. Not a vest, but like a jacket.
Blazer?
Blazer, yes.
Yeah, okay, so
And
like
then-
a bralette and a blazer. Okay.
And then pants, and then heels, all black.
Ooh.
With some
Ooh.
like silver jewelry.
Oh.
I want to hear the voice lines for that.
Please. To
Would
please
buy.
make it happen, please.
Make gotcha skin. Would buy. Make gotcha skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would want color palette appropriate, but put her in a really cozy, fuzzy sweater.
Oh.
With a fun picture on the front.
Oh,
and a really cute skirt.
Dork. Oh, I love it.
Like one of those like kind of thigh-high skirts,
Mm-hmm.
and bare legs, and then she wears those little high-heeled boot sneakers.
Oh, like the
That way
dynamic.
she still has like a slipper element, but they're sensible shoes for cruising the mall.
I shift up. I know you don't know who I am. Make it happen.
She would be sipping a pumpkin latte.
I'd have to start
And her
saving.
purse-
I need it.
Her
I
purse
need it.
would
need
be
this.
like one of those lounge flies
I
where it's in
need.
a glass slipper.
Shift up. I've given you enough of my money. Please consider my choice.
You know
Please.
what?
Please.
We could absolutely like just commission that though, right?
True. Hey, Neko.
Yeah.
Neko, you're in the chat. Neko, hi.
Yeah, nothing's stopping us.
I feel R happening. Nick was already saying it.
Dude, Neko
Until the
will
owner of
literally
NIKKE
sketch
comes
it.
to my house with a knife and tells me not to do it, I think we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the sketches that Neko does is like one day too. Like she'll just message me out of the blue, like 2 hours, and she'll just be like, "Oh, I doodled this. How's it look?" And I'm just like, "What? This is like polished." She's like, "Yeah, it's bad." And I'm like, "What do you what do you mean? What do you mean
What?
bad?"
True artist, she questions every line she draws.
That's very true. That's very true. Making propaganda
true
to
actors
the next.
We
like,
are
oh,
worst
they
critics
hated
as
that.
Wait,
well, yeah.
wait, that's so true. Hey, yo, put that in the feedback forums. Everybody here, put that in the feedback forums right now. Request outfits. Like seriously,
Yeah.
it would work. It would work. Artist things, we have imposter syndrome. True. We are.
Mhm.
I know you guys had a hard deadline to cut off on, so I don't want to go too far over that deadline. Let's see if we have anything else that we can. Oh, Andre's like spamming me with more questions. Okay, one more time, chat. If I don't address your questions, I don't hate you. I'm just trying to take ones that are short, sweet, and to the point for right now. We've answered this one. Oh, I guess for this question, it's directed at Kaitlyn. The scenes where Cinderella is displaying high emotion, like at her breaking point, were those all one takes, or did you have to do multiple takes in order to get it exactly right?
I always do like 3 reads of every take just to give
Okay.
a different emotion on each one, a different emphasis on a word, or to a different point of view. That's just how I've always worked. So
Okay.
for these ones, I think what we did is we would have like a run of the lines. So I would do the whole run once through, and then do each one individually a couple more times. That way I could feel the rhythm of it to see where we're going. And then as needed, we would change it if I blew out the mic, or if it wasn't pronounced properly, or if we just wanted a different feeling of emotion, because every emotion can be acted a couple different ways.
Mhm.
So we went through it
Right.
a couple times just to make sure I was giving some flavors, and then I
Okay.
let them pick whatever they pick. As long as I'm feeling it every time, I'm doing my job.
Okay. I have a funny question now. So I'm going to send you guys something in the Discord chat. These are the Doros that were made for you guys for this interview. we have a request. How these would sound if they were put in the game? How would you?
Oh.
They look like they're from the thing.
Oh my god.
If you were to give them, a voice in game, how would they sound compared to your normal
They're
delivery?
so little.
Hmm.
The most beautiful one.
Oh my god.
Wait, someone give me a grave line. I don't remember.
Grave lines go,
Humans are
chat.
The top and
deceitfuls.
heavy. Say that.
Yeah.
Oh, superhuman? You guys are simps. All of you guys are simps.
Oh my god.
What does that mean? I recently saw that.
So
What-
it's
what-
the
That's
line that she
what-
calls
yeah.
the commander because the commander survives like this literal thing that's supposed to kill him.
Right.
And she's like, that's why
Yeah.
I call him superhuman. Yeah, it's
Superhuman.
Superhuman. Humans
Oh, man.
are deceitful creatures.
I don't know.
What does she look like? Okay, well, there's a red version and a blue version.
You are the most beautiful.
I love that. Oh my god.
I can't, dude. It's so great.
Oh.
We goof around. I improv a lot just to make Bill laugh, and it makes him mad sometimes because he's like, "You confused me. That's not in the script. I didn't know what you were doing. I thought I missed the page." I'm like, "No, I'm just screwing around." And I
Gotta
think
keep
my
them on your
favorite one was
toes.
like, it was like, whatever you do, it's my favorite thing so far. But thank you, Prince Charming. It's so nice to see you. And that ass. Like, we just.
Oh.
And then he's like, "Oh, save that cut, Michael. Put it in my my personal
Oh.
file." I'm like, "Ah, shit." Don't use it against me.
Chat, clip it. We found the clip to promote this interview after. Clip that.
No,
GG.
do not.
Oh.
That did not happen in this chat. None of you heard that.
Whoa, chat. Mind switch. Everybody mind switch right now. Memory wipe. Memory wipe,
Yeah,
everybody.
you forgot.
Everybody spam clueless. Clueless business, chat. No,
Wrong,
clip
Nothing happened.
Real cool, real quick.
real quick. Yep, clueless.
Don't
Yeah,
you know who I think I am?
There you go.
Yep, there we go. Clueless business. Clueless business.
Yeah, you don't know nothing.
I would love to continue this interview more, but I know you guys have a time constraint. So I don't
Yeah.
want to take more of your time. If I think it was a 2-hour slot, no? That we could go for. I believe
I don't know.
was it you, Lauren, that had to go at I think it was 9, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good for like another 5 to 10 minutes, but
Okay.
yeah.
We can do, let's do
Okay.
this then. Let's do 2 more questions, and then if you need to pop out, that's fine. If you want to stay for a bit, Kaitlyn, that's also fine too. We'll just roll with the punches
Cool.
for this. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, chat. I'm terrible. Do a question for a Grave and Cinderella question. Go. 5 to 10 minutes. Go. And then while they're doing that, how we normally wrap up the interview is we'll have you guys sign out in character. So if you guys want to do like a sign out between like Abe and Cinderella from like the old tale scenario, or like Grave and Cinderella from the current scenario that you guys are in, whichever one works, but it's just like a sign off in character. That's normally where we cut out and roll to black. So that's how we're going to be signing off after everything is done here with these next 2 questions. Please convince me to use $60 in the skin. The fact I have to convince you means you're not dedicated enough. Spend the money if you can. Go
Yeah.
for it. Go for it. Please do Aegis Cannon Fire for Kaitlyn. We're getting a voice line request
Oh,
to do
The Helm line.
the
Yeah.
Helm burst line.
Yeah.
Oh, Aegis Cannon Fire?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Gosh, that was a while ago. Aegis Cannon Fire.
And Andre is now dead. Half my chat is now gone. Okay, if you guys are asking questions that we previously covered, this will be a VOD. You can go back and look. We have one more chat because I don't want to take up too much of their time. Remember, they're doing this on volunteer chat. We appreciate the VAs.
Yeah.
You're just swoozing around.
You're
Have y'all
swooning.
played? No, we're not doing that. Moon was sent to the moon. Oh, who would win in a SAS fight? Ave or Drilley? For you, Lauren.
Probably Ave. Cause she's so like unironically sassy.
Very
Like-
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Very
like she would
depend,
like not know like this is even a battle and just keep going on. Like
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't know when to stop either. She's really bad at reading social cues.
Yeah. Yeah, she's Italian too, so she's smart and sassy. Yeah, agreed.
Can we get a Bond story? Chat, you know how long it takes to read a Bond story? I asked them for an interview. I can't just be like, hey, we're gonna launch NIKKE. Let's go into Aquamarine Helm and dub the whole thing over. Guys, please. Please, that's not a question. Doro, shout out to Grave. They made the, oh yeah, Grave made the anniversary cake out of Mercury. That is also true.
I might have to refresh your chat. Oh god.
It's moving too fast for me. Like
Hold
I'm not
on.
used
There
to.
we go. I don't know. For some reason, mine was very delayed. Okay.
We'll do one more, and then we'll do the sign off, and then we'll let you go for now, Lauren, and then we can just stick around with Kaitlyn for like maybe a half hour more, however good you're on time.
I think half hour is good, and then I'm gonna have to go get like real dinner.
Oh, that's me too.
oh, actually,
Yeah.
if another half hour, I'm good too.
Oh,
I just
bet?
Need to, like, I just need to make
Okay.
it to my Somi because they close at 11:30, I think.
Oh, so that's great. That's great. Chat, give me a 1 if you know what that is. There's other cultured people. There's actually one of those in Hawaii too. So that's the only reason why.
I bet.
Yeah.
How would you meet your characters if you met them in person?
Okay, take over really quick.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got a question here. How
Hey,
would you
chat.
greet your characters if you met them in person?
I would say, Helm, get a drink, calm down. And Cinderella, props girl, but how about you share some of that beauty and take me shopping?
You know
Get
what?
me
Yeah.
snatched up and get me
Yeah.
styling.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my god.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be kind of scared to meet Grave.
Mm.
Like
She does give
whoa.
it, yeah. Yeah, at first. Given
But
the fact
also,
that
like-
she, like, when she meets us at first, she kind of just wants to fight us. Then again, we
Yeah.
did throw the first punch as well, but still.
But also, like, I mean, like impressive body.
Yeah, yeah.
And then for Drilley, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not good at greetings, but like I'll just probably be like, "Hello, nice to meet you."
Oh my god, yeah. Drilley would probably hang out, honestly. She would. Okay, we have another one from Grinix. Having seen and engaged with the community, do you feel like playing NIKKE?
Ah,
Hmm.
I have so much going on, and I have so little brain to devote.
I feel that. Oh my
So
god.
I like learning about it through other people, and I do watch when I have a free moment. I do watch playthroughs like on YouTube because they'll put like the cutscenes up there, or the live streams, or I watched a young lady play last week for the first part of Old Tales.
That, fun fact, that was me.
That was you,
Yeah.
That was
Dawn.
me.
That was you. Jesus.
That was
See,
me.
I got no
This is Yesenia.
brain.
Also,
Yeah.
we're talking about lore.
People.
That means I have to finish a summary series so I can send it to the VAs. Kiki.
Oh.
Easy.
That
Oh,
was, yeah.
Lord Almighty. Yeah. Well, so there you go. That's how I watched it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I have so much going on, with work, and then helping a friend with her things, and then just keeping my own life together. We're restructuring the apartment, so it's just kind of a. If I can squeeze it in, I will. But sometimes my
Yeah.
brain is like, I
Yeah.
think I need to sit down and decompress. So I'm gonna watch 80s music videos on YouTube and then fall asleep. So
Oh, that's the best, honestly.
I
Yeah.
feel that, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Unfortunately, I don't really play gacha games or like I don't know. I've tried like playing Genshin before, but I don't get the grind, and
Mhm.
I'm quite impatient with games, I feel. So I just send my partner out to do it. I'm like, here, this is the new game that I'm in, play this.
You got, he's in gotcha hell because of that.
and there's some wonderful people who do kind of the work for us, and they'll put a lot of examples of the stuff on YouTube. And like for Fire Emblem Engage, I couldn't remember any of the work I had done as Chloe, just because once we do it, we're done, and then like the game will come out in a year, and some blessed soul put all the interactions on YouTube between Chloe and all the other characters I had interactions with, or with the main players, male and female. So I was able to go and like revisit. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. And just to see like, well, who do I like? Who is fun to click with? And one of my favorites is I was seeing a lot of her and this other character. What's her name? I'm gonna look it up because I was sitting there thinking about it. Laura, you answer while I figure this out.
What were we talking about?
People are
Oh,
seeing.
wait.
Oh wait.
Oh, they were wondering if you would be interested in playing NIKKE.
Oh, I definitely would love to play it if I had all the time in the world. But
Yeah.
That's fair.
but I mean, I don't really play a lot of games. I only really play Valorant.
Based.
Oh, you play Valorant.
Based.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah.
Rank to match when?
Cause I don't know. It's just I know a lot of people like trash on that game, but I feel like for me it's very like stimulating in terms of like I love how fast and slow it is at the same time. Like fast because you gotta think fast, but like while you're thinking you gotta like strategize and everything. It's just cool for me.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a group of friends that we play Valo, and I suck at it. I get carried, but they're amazing. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I'll play match 3 games because at least my brain can comprehend that. But just going back, like I'll watch stuff on YouTube to just see how fun it was. And my favorite for Fire Emblem was they pair us up with various people, and it was fun to hear I'm talking to my friends. And then a lot of people were saying like, oh, Chloe and Marin, they would be such a cute couple. They had me in the first line, and I was sitting there like, what? Okay, let's see. And I play up the cutscene, and Marin comes in, and she says like in this low voice like, hello, Chloe. You're looking as beautiful as ever. And I was sitting there like, oh, okay. Who
I'm
it is?
listening.
And it's Christina V, who I didn't even know could speak that low.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there and I text her and like, what the hell are you doing? Don't you make me question myself. Bad, Christina. Don't do that. And then it was like, oh, damn it. Now I ship them. They're super cute. So I blame her. And it's Christina V, so how could you not love her,
True. Very true. Oh my god.
Going
Don't
back
play
to
Fire Emblem Engage, everybody.
going back to the point that we made about fast and slow paced gameplay, I think we need to show Lauren a solo raid molding. It's the same thing.
You just reminded me. I didn't even do mine just yet.
They're gonna cancel it. There's a bug. They're gonna cancel it most likely.
Again? Okay.
You can
All
force
right.
phase 1 for the whole fight by pause spamming. So yeah.
Okay.
Has Kaitlyn ever have either of you seen the animation for Old Tales actually?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You mean like
That's
the
why I
PVs
thought, like,
or?
are we doing an anime? This is animated. That's why.
That's the ending sequence
It's
where
by
Cindy is fighting.
A1, right?
Yeah, the
It's
A1.
by A1, right?
Yeah, the A1
Yeah,
animation.
A1.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't know if if I have.
We need to
Is
send.
it
We need
Hold
to
up.
send.
Have they
to you.
uploaded it?
It's fully up there. If it's
Is-
not by shipped up, I have it downloaded. I will take the bullet from a big corpo shipped up.
I'll look for it to see. Hold
I've
on.
only ever seen like the PVs they put out, and yeah, that's it. And the gameplay.
The animation was very hype.
Usually.
For context,
Usually, I don't know for you.
yeah, for context, like they normally do like smaller companies to do the animation, but this time they announced A1, and I was losing my mind. That's like them announcing anime with like Ufotable or something. I would lose it if they did that. People already re-uploaded it. Yeah, but we're partnered streamers, chat. If we show things they didn't
Official,
upload,
yeah.
it's bad. Yeah,
I don't see it in
like the
their
official
official
NIKKE.
channel.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and the last one was the story PV, but not the actual
So,
cutscene at the end of
just-
Old Tales. No, so
Just
it's not
send
here.
it. Send it in the Discord, and they can watch it. I can't show it like
The
on
PV?
stream.
Yeah.
Not the PV,
Yeah,
the full
hold on.
animation. Yeah.
The full animation?
Yeah, I can't show it on stream, but you can send it to them in the Discord chat that we have, like the group chat.
Okay, wait.
Yeah. How do they make the last
A1 made
kingdom?
Licorice Recoil.
Yeah, They have experience with gacha game PVs for Fate Grand, or we don't talk about that game. We play NIKKE. FGO has worse rates. We don't talk about that game. Is there anything else from people asking? They need to make their own animation team. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys would both be excited for an anime to come out and actually get to see what's physically happening while your characters are like having speaking roles.
Can you tell a joke in one of your character voices? What do you call someone who doesn't like mirrors? Sad.
Oh my god.
It's funny because I like mirrors.
The delivery is like so...
Isn't that funny?
The way the delivery is like so, what do you call, nonchalant too. Very beautiful within the average range of what you see in anime seasons. So I guess for context for you guys, if they were to make an anime of NIKKE, it's like 5 seasons already or more. There's so much in the story. It's so dense. The story is so dense. How would your character sound confessing to the commander?
Depends who's voicing the commander.
Who's the voice of not Oswald, LC chat, whoever that voice is, legendary commander voice.
I mean, I have my favorite sounds out of certain people, so if you hire someone I like, I'll give it my all. Keanu Reeves, hell yeah!
A grave joke? Oh, they want to hear a grave joke, but it might be it's gonna be like so drawn.
I mean, I'm so like not creative, so I can't like come up with anything on the spot.
I just imagine like knock knock, who's there, like a coffin, and it's just deadpan silence. Like there's just nothing after.
Doesn't Grave their, you know how in their blah blahs, the NIKKEs have like an idol?
Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't Grave have like coffinly?
Oh, I saw that.
Oh my god, confidently something. Yeah.
She uses
confidently radiant.
Yes, that one. Yeah. That. Confidently radiant.
Hi, everyone. Commanders, I am confidently radiant.
She is. Even with her face looking like it does. She's still very beautiful. And that ass. Nice ass.
That would be so.
Oh
We need to show them the moose on
Whenever
Pro.
they all shoot, they turn around to shoot the game, or to shoot the thing.
Yep.
Like,
we came for the plot, we stayed for the plot. That's the first plot we came for, and then we got hit with Chapter 0, and then we all were depressed.
NIKKE is called the bakery game, because you got cakes.
Oh my god, this is the most base interview I've ever done. My god. This is like
What do you mean
such
base?
a good
Wait, what
interview.
does base mean?
Oh,
What
that's...
does base mean?
Chat, are we explaining based?
Yeah,
Chat.
I know what basic means, and I'm not basic, but what's based?
Alright, chat, how many of you Zoomers are in here? Go ahead, chat. So much to learn. Chat, help. Chat, based on... Guys, I know half of you are younger than me. My god. 1 second.
On equals base?
A word used when you agree with something or when you want to recognize someone for being themselves, i.e. courageous and unique or not caring what others think, especially common in online political slang. The opposite of cringe, sometimes the opposite of bias.
Read by Cinderella.
Oh, based in fact. That's where it came from.
I did not know that.
I didn't know
Nice.
that full definition either. I didn't know about the whole second part of that.
Thanks, everybody.
Urban Dictionary for the win. What Cindy said. Thank you. Thank you, anime guy. Great. Amazing help. Maxing out her 1 terabyte phone to take pictures of herself. Oh, I guess like if you guys were to get fan artwork of your characters like together, Grave and Cindy or like Abe and Cindy, what would you guys want? Like as a dual piece that you guys could sign, or like something you guys want to hang on your wall, or just artwork in general from the NIKKE community.
I would want Grave to be looking at the viewer instead of looking down or hiding her face, because she deserves to not hang her head. And I would want Cinderella to have her hands on Grave's shoulders, like behind, like half behind her.
Oh, that's so
encouraging
cute.
her to look for it.
Aww.
That's so cute.
And smiling.
Knock knock Neko. Doodle. I know you're. Oh wait, no, you're sick. I'm sorry, you're sick. You're sick. After.
It's like they're. Oh yeah, that's a great one. It could be. No, not that one. She's not gonna lick the mirror. But it could be like, the look of it is like, they're looking in the mirror. So the fan art would be like the oval of the mirror with the art that would reflect a mirror reflection, and they would be in the mirror but looking at the viewer as if you, the viewer, were Cinderella engraved looking at the reflection. That would be the art.
That'd be such like a cool. Really smart. Write that down. Someone send me a list of ideas. Write it down. Mods, write it down. Do your job. Write it down. Write it down.
Did either of you cry at parts in your lines that weren't crying parts for old tales?
No. Sorry.
Crying, laughing.
Crying.
Yeah.
I don't believe in crying. It's not part of my religion. So. No, I don't cry too often, because if I try to get myself to cry by thinking of something or listening to something that kind of makes me cry, it's hard to come back from.
That's fair.
And
Yeah.
It may not be the emotion I want to deliver, because sometimes it can sound too real. And there does have to be a bit of a disconnect when it comes to something animated or a video game, just like a slight disconnect. Whereas if it's something on TV or film, like a live action, that's where you want it to be as real as possible. And I worry that I wouldn't deliver something correctly. It would almost sound fake, even if it's real, because it's coming from a real place, but I don't show that place to anybody.
There's like no visual aspect in this
that's
case.
the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, that it comes with that it comes from a real place. I don't think unless it really calls for it, I don't think that ever really happens to me. Unless it calls for it, or unless I was truly moved by something that I did.
A good example is me. It didn't make you guys cry. It definitely made us cry, and the whole audience cry.
Yeah.
Great performances overall. Do any of you guys listen to NIKKE music, like the OSTs for the game at all? That question's popped up a couple times now.
I didn't even know about them.
Cosmograph cooks. We can send you
Cosmograph, yeah.
Yeah, Cosmo cooks. Like, there's a whole theme for Old Tales, and there's like a theme for chapter 33 and 34, and both of them are like absolute bangers. They're great. They're amazing. There's a lot.
This is their official channel. Yeah, I can send this to Cosmograph's official channel on YouTube.
I've been trying to get Cosmo on for an interview, but I'm stuck at management for like 2 months. Cosmograph really cooks. Yep.
Yeah, they separate their NIKKE work from anything else too. They have playlists for it too. If you guys are interested in those, they're really
They're
good.
well-rounded. I actually knew Cosmo before NIKKE. I play a rhythm game. It's like DDR, and like he made a bunch of songs for that game. So when I saw his name, I was like, oh, I know this composer. And then he started putting out like absolute fire tracks, and I just have been listening ever since. All NIKKE songs are on. Yeah, they're also on Spotify too now. Like you upload it to Spotify. Cosmo is a 5-star chef. Yep. Dress for the Occasion song. Oh, the Nonsense Red song. Yeah, I think Kaitlyn would like that. It's very what was it? Swing like swingy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
a long drive from Anaheim to Alhambra, so I'll be sure to listen to music on the drive.
It's gonna be on. If any of you hear somebody blasting that song, it might be Kaitlyn. One of the songs on Osu.
The jazzy one is a Jinx player one, no? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Jinx. Let me look online.
Yeah. The Nonsense Red is
they're saying
it's more contrary.
It's called Nonsense Red. Isn't that the name of the outfit?
That's the name of the song for the outfit is Costumes, I think.
Yeah, I think Servo said that.
Yeah.
It's called Costumes. Yeah.
Costumes.
Nate, we've already answered that question.
Popping up.
Okay. It's a really good song.
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. I got about 10 minutes left, and I'm gonna have to go eat something. But
oh no, we're gonna sign off. Yeah, we'll sign off in 10 minutes. Don't worry. I guess like a question that we could wrap up here. We can just kind of be goobers until we have to end off. How did you guys enjoy just hanging out and talking to the NIKKE community? I assume this is like one of the first times you guys have gotten to interact with people that are avid players of the game. and just be able to see everybody super excited. Like, trust me when I say your characters are two of the most popular characters for at least like the next couple years to come. It's going to be it's permanently. If I want to geek out because I'm also like a competitive endgame player, your characters are meta for one, so people are gonna play them, and then for two, like the story is absolutely amazing. Like best story NIKKE has ever made. The character dynamic is great. Your performances were stellar. I doubt that you guys will lose in the popularity poll to anybody else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty solidified. It's pretty
usually
solidified.
Usually with popularity polls, they get a theme song, they get frames, they get a new skin too.
I take that back. I think you guys will have competition. It's literally like you versus Kaitlyn, or like Kaitlyn versus Laura. Like it's literally like Gray versus Cindy. Like that's literally what it's going to be.
But I feel like it's definitely going to be the top.
The
for
top
sure.
5, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, top
For
5.
sure.
Wow. Someone had mentioned earlier in the chat, like they'll do like statues, or they'll make.
Oh yeah,
but there was something really beautiful for the Glass Princess outfit, and it was basically like the photo that they put on the NIKKE Twitter. Like it was this beautiful high-res photo, but there's a figurine of it, like a full 360. I saw it online, and it was so beautiful. And I don't know how much it is, but I might have to.
All I'll say is NEKKE and I are going to Japan for Comic-Con, which is like one of the biggest events in Japan for NIKKE merch. If we can go look for figurines there, we'll be in touch. I'm so down to look for merch if it's to send it out to you guys. I'm so down. It cuts on the shipping prices from Japan, and we're already gonna bring a suitcase empty to fill up with merch, so it's
smart. Yeah, smart.
Yep. So yeah, we'll be in touch for that. But I guess like what was your guys' first impression on being on, interacting with the community, and how do you guys enjoy yourselves here for the day, or like for this evening?
Y'all are cool. Thanks for educating me on words.
I'm so happy.
I was looking forward to this for so long. I'm glad we finally did it.
I'm so sorry about how long it took to coordinate the schedules.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
But no, definitely one of the most memorable interviews that we've done. I told Yes before we started I was gonna puke because of how nervous I was hopping on.
I told him I'm more nervous than you. What do you mean?
I did spring this on you, so I apologize. But no, absolutely, absolutely great job. This was I always tell people I wish we could do interviews longer, but I know normal constraints for your guys' schedules doesn't really allow for that. So thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules and like your work week to just hop on with two goobers and talk about NIKKE, because it's really good for the community and it's just really good for us too. Like it's a very unique experience to be able to talk to people behind the characters that you love in your favorite game. So thank you guys for coming out and just making the time to hang out with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
so
everybody for showing up. This is
NIKKE!
so cool.
And then one more thing, chat. Can we get a big shout out to NIKKE as well? NIKKE's the one that got Kaitlyn in contact with me. And she also was very much so the one that helped coordinate the beginning portions of this interview. As always, W NIKKE. Common NIKKE W in the chat. And can we also get a big W for Yes as well, who's filling in for NIKKE while she is abroad right now too. Big W's to both of you. And yeah,
thank you.
NIKKE's in the chat. Oh, she's in Hong Kong right now with family.
Get better soon. Isn't NIKKE sick too?
NIKKE got sick last night. Yeah, NIKKE got sick and then proceeded to say interviews today. I stay up and I was like, go to sleep. It's like, go to sleep. What are you doing? Sleep.
Yeah, I saw NIKKE in my DMs. You're like, I'm sick. I'm like, get rest.
She sent me a picture while we were live and she just said drugs and it's all the medicine she got.
Oh my god.
But yeah, definitely. I hope.
Careful. If you take something that's gonna whack you up, you'll make a 3 a.m. tweet like I did. I've never been on before for a major surgery, and I tweeted that I had a dream that I got a Happy Meal, a chicken nugget Happy Meal, but the toy was 3 more chicken nuggets, and I didn't remember making that tweet until the next morning.
That's the dream.
Oh my god.
I had misspellings because I didn't have my glasses on, and like, what happened last night?
I feel that, like, just having the random wake up tweets.
Oh no.
But no,
I was so upset.
Definitely, if we run into you guys at a convention, if you see like a giant booth with a bunch of NIKKE art, just like come up and say hi to us, and we'll just freak out for like 5 seconds and be like, here, take this, goodbye, have good event. Like paying is not an option. We just give it to you and you leave. We don't take payment for stuff. I need to draw Cindy eating nuggets. NIKKE, you're already overloaded. You're doing like 5 art projects. from this.
Neko just has a huge list right now. Yeah.
Vanilla Coke.
Yep. She also is working on a series with all the characters in mirrors, like Shattered and then not Shattered. It's like a set that we're gonna probably release for Comiket or for Anime
Cool.
Frontier. So yeah, Neko, get better first. Get better first, and then you can do work again.
Get rest.
Yeah,
Get rest.
Don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing. Is there
I
any
ain't going nowhere.
is there any closing remarks from either Kaitlyn or Lauren that you guys want to say to the community before we officially sign off for tonight?
I guess I'll start.
Bonds.
I
Pay your
want
taxes.
to say it's just like this is my first time doing anything like this, so I'm so grateful for everyone for being here and just giving us your attention, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks everybody. This is fun, and thank you for all your questions. Hopefully we got to as many as we could, but that just means we might have to do another one of these in the future.
I was gonna ask you. Oh my, I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm crashing out.
Yeah.
Okay, bet.
Old Tales Part 2 just dropped, right?
Hard
Yes.
hard mode drops on Wednesday,
Hard
so
mode's
it's about to
Wednesday.
Oh,
conclude
okay.
Wednesday. But yeah, we got part 2. We got the entirety of Red Shoes being crazy in part 2. Yes, we know.
Okay.
I'd be
once
so
the
excited.
next kind of big event or something pops up, check in with us.
I'll see you at 2.5. I'll see you at the half-year anniversary. See you in July.
Oh my god.
So we'll do the normal sign-off. I don't know if you guys want to just briefly coordinate something to say to sign off in your characters, but we'll toss it to you guys once you guys are ready, and then we'll do the official sign-off from there. So I don't know if you guys need a minute
Lord.
or two, or just gonna improv it. Or...
It's real easy.
Thank you, Commanders. I hope you all stay as beautiful as I am.
Thank you, Commanders, for coming to see me and Cinderella always be beautiful.
Just like her.
And Cindy, of course.